a DJ too?
Mm-mm. This is my only time I get to live it out. That's why he be so mad. Because I be on my scratch. Where is it at? I can't hear it, though. There we go. There she is. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what up, 33? Tell me something good.
Everybody, you know, they tell me life don't come with no menu, so we gonna take it a day at a time.
Man, by the time you got here, man, light your cigar, do whatever you gotta do, get comfortable so we can get this game going. Oh, shit, we need to come out. Man, just hold your man, that's all you gotta do. Play some defense.
Man, too late, man. Domino, game.
Good days, great nights. Good days, great nights.
Well. We back again. I'd like to thank y'all for tuning into the Good Days, GreatNights podcast. Like I tell y'all all the time, man, it's gonna be a special one, man. Before we get this thing started, I like to tell y'all that I think I'm gonna lessen my names these days, man. I've been having about 6 of them. After this episode, I'm gonna kind of pick 2 and go with them. If you know me in the cigar world, they call me 33. Some people call me Cool Breeze Al. Some call me Al G, Uncle Al, Alicia and Harrison's father and daddy, depending on how you do your demographics or whatever your wordplay. Your auntie's favorite podcast host, and your uncle's favorite nephew. I ain't his new nephew, I'm his favorite nephew. So, you know my rule of thumb. We never introduce our guests, but like I tell you all the time, this gonna be this one because I think we're gonna knock their nerves off a little bit. They're gonna have fun with it. They don't even know it yet, but they about to have some fun with it. So, we like to categorize people different versus all based off what they heard. They may have heard that you was running the halls of Paseo, running track, hanging with the homegirl. They might have said they seen you out on Sunday Fun Day. Might have seen you at the mall, being super mom. Might have seen you at 6:30 in the morning, telling them, okay, one more set, 2 more sets, 1 more set. So they base everything based off of that, but they don't really know you as a person. So they kind of tag you by your name and the things that you do. So in the sense of this, we do this thing called 5 songs. If no one knew you and we were getting ready to take a road trip, you get to pick the place. Where do you want to go?
Excuse me. To Coney Island.
To Coney Island. Okay. Coney Island. Okay. So we're gonna fly there, or we driving?
We flying.
We're gonna fly then go to Coney Island. So we just riding to get there.
Yes.
Okay. So it's your turn to drive because you got the rental. It was my job to get the.
I done been down that road now.
It's your turn. You got the rental. I don't got to get the rental. Normally I'm the one. I get stuck with the rental when it's out me and my homies going. So you get the rental. I take care of the Airbnbs and the VIPs to the parties. So all you got is a rental.
I got it.
So it's your turn to drive. 5 songs. It's about 6 of us in the truck. They don't know you in the back on the 3rd row. If you could, come a little closer to the mic and then tell me what you would think your 5 songs would be.
All right, number 1 is going to be Larry June, 6 Hustles. It's like favorite song ever. Probably listen to it every single day.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Right, next song, Nicki Minaj, Moment for Life. The song just has a lot of nostalgia with me.
Yeah. I got you. Come on. That's a good list.
3rd song be Luther Vandross, If This World Were Mine.
Oh, so you the young girl in the wood. If they happen to play this, go ahead. Tell your story.
One of my faves.
Okay.
4th song. getting down to the nitty gritty. Probably Nipsey Hussle, Dedication.
Okay.
Yeah, that got me through a lot.
Okay. We got one more.
One more.
Something they don't know. Sunday, Saturday morning, you cleaning up at the house, or maybe an old
Nita
song?
Baker, Sweet Love.
There we go. Okay. So, got five. Got a good five, too. Anita Baker, Sweet Love. Is that something like mom, family, or just kind of you picked it up on your own? Or
I would say it's family. More my aunt.
Okay.
I used to spend a lot of time over there when I was younger.
Yeah.
And cleaning up, cooking. She loved Anita Baker, so
Okay.
we'd be singing our heart out.
So she was singing, then you kind of picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then Nipsey Hussle got you through some times.
Yes. Dedication. It got me through workouts, to be honest.
Yeah.
When I first started and it was really, really hard, I would listen to that song on repeat, like for a whole hour.
Okay, no doubt. Then we said The Wood, so Luther Vandross.
That, my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Cool cat.
Yes.
Okay, no doubt. Then Nikki, Moment for Life.
With everything that I've been through in these past couple years, it's just like I've had so many major accomplishments and just reasons to smile. And it's like when I think back, I want to live those moments forever. So anytime I listen to that song, I can just relate so much to the moment that she felt like she wanted that moment forever.
Right.
And it keeps you going, makes you remember why you started.
No doubt. And then Larry June, Six Hustle.
I just love Larry. I do.
Okay.
Six Hustles, I feel like everybody should have multiple hustles.
What tape is that on? What album is that on?
That is on, I can't think of the name of it, but it's when he's in a white car with oranges in the back trunk.
Okay, I'm going to have to check it out. Like I tell everybody, I ain't really got all the way into the catalog, so I'm digging to it every more and more. So
It's probably like 2015.
that's cool. So if you do me a favor, introduce your cool self.
Okay. I'm Christina Perry, owner of Body Luv, personal trainer.
Uh-huh.
I work at a gym inside a building called The Nail with the Tough Club.
Okay.
I'm a mother. I have one daughter. She's 11.
Okay.
And I have a dog. She's 9, Bella.
That's cool. No, that's perfect. So you said, Christina, fitness guru. Is that what it's at, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
agree.
That's cool. Okay. So how long have you been in this in the realm of fitness? Like how long have you been doing it?
3 years.
3 years.
1 year full time.
Okay. So what was the first year? What made you get into it? Was it like one of those things within yourself, or was it just like your friends?
It
Or
was health issues.
Okay.
I grew up asthmatic, so I had asthma real bad. The older I got, the worse. Well, it's like I don't know. My body's weird. Like when I was young, I had it real bad. Then like throughout probably high school through young adult, it went away, and then like 27, it came back.
Okay.
Where it was when I was younger. So just that, and like people around me having health issues. Just the older you get, people don't realize like you really do have to take better care of your body if you want to be here.
No doubt. So So was it one thing like someone kind of gave you the game, like gave you the tools of it, like you went and seen the trainer first, or is it just you were just kind of going for what you know, home videos, or how was that?
So one of my close friends, Michelle, she used to work out. Well, she still does. She's with child right now, so she's not. But she worked out every day, all day. She's not a trainer or anything. She just has always liked fitness. It helps her get through her mental, grind and everything else, just through day-to-day life.
Right.
So I just asked her, can I start working out with you? And that's what happened.
She was game.
Yeah.
Okay, no doubt. I know that. No doubt. I've been seeing these videos, and I seen this cool cat. They get up and they doing squats, and I'm kind of jealous, because man, listen, I put a plate and a half, so a plate maybe 35 on each side. These old knees get to hollering. But somebody was slapping 2 plates on and getting to the money. So I thought that was cool to see that you had like that in your mind, like not just to do it. Some people just say, I just want a flat stomach, but to say I want the total package. I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? In that sense of that. So I want to give you your flowers in that. And you had the ladies getting up early and coming in, and you seeing all these people coming in. Are you doing it like just for an hour in the morning, or like what is that like consist of? How long does that workout normally?
I do 1 hour session. Well, it's anywhere 45 minutes to an hour. I mean, I train pretty much. Well, I would say not all day. I start at 5 a.m., but I'm usually done by like 11 or noon at the latest.
Okay, so you good afternoon. You kind of chilling.
Oh yeah.
No doubt. So 24 hours in a day, right? And a lot of times we kind of moving. So it seems like you up probably about 4 or 5, getting to it, get done. Got to take care of the dog. Got to take care of baby girl in the gym and everything else. What does that time like for you? Like, what does that look like?
Like outside of that, or
Yeah, just your time where you kind of get your mental like readjusted and kind of reset yourself. Do you take like a day to kind of reset, or you, since you like Nicki Minaj, like it's the moment? So like with me, like it's always about the moment. Like I'm kind of always kind of going. Even when I'm not going, my mind won't let me kind of rest.
yeah.
So I used to think that was just Virgo in me, but I think it's just a person, period, or whatever. So when it looks like that within you, what does those peaceful moments look like for those resets for yourself?
Ooh, peaceful moments. I couldn't even really tell you because I don't watch TV.
Okay.
I have the TV on sometimes.
Okay.
Typically, when I'm at peace or at ease, I'm cooking or cleaning. To be honest, like that's what calms my nerves.
And you got a special way you cook your food because you don't. It's some things you do and don't eat, right?
Yeah, well, I still cook everything though because my daughter.
So you didn't force it on her.
Oh no, she would not play them games.
So she's cool with the chicken and everything else.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She did try to go pescatarian. Lasted probably a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So cooking and cleaning is when you're at your peace. Okay, that's good.
I know
So,
that's weird.
no, because you got some people that's like they got to keep a clean house, got to keep it a certain kind of way, got to make it look a certain kind of way, and they like to cook their own food because they know what's going in it.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a given. I think that's dope. Okay, so with that, I challenge people a lot of times because I think we go into a thing in life where we're kind of moving around and we're constantly on the move, constantly doing things and constantly building our brands or just building ourselves to be better people. But I challenge everybody to get those moments where we turn the phone off. You already eliminated the TV and then turn off the world. And it's kind of like being selfish to a certain extent, but it's one of those things of self-care where you kind of got to reset yourself. Because a lot of times your mental is so messed up because you got everything that you're dealing with that eventually you hit a wall. And when you hit that wall, I know for me, I picked the gym back up. So I just picked it back up, just started really going more so heavier into it. But when I'm in there, I'm able to turn my phone off, airplane mode, just music. You know, when I'm sitting at home and I'm kind of going through the vinyls, like I told you, I'm big on vinyl. So when I'm doing that, that's my time. You know, because when I have my kids and they're with me, I'm so kind of like focused, like tunnel vision on them. So I think that that's like important because of like mental. And I think it keeps people from later on having to battle like the insecurities or the depressions of the world that the world gives us. You know what I'm saying? Especially you being a woman and then being a trainer, I'm pretty sure it's kind of one of those things where they perceive you to be a certain kind of way. And then when they know you, they see you as something totally different. So to be able to prepare yourself for that, I think that's something that we all kind of look into. You do what I'm saying? No doubt. So as a single mom, tell me what does that look like? How is that?
Oh, being a single mom of an 11-year-old child, a preteen. I wasn't ready.
You wasn't ready? You wasn't ready?
I'll say that. I mean, for the most part, we have our own routine. It's been just us for a long time, probably since she was like 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to explain it.
No.
Like,
So is it fun moments? Is it like,
oh, yeah.
Are y'all like clowns together? Are you her friend and then her parent, or parent then her friend, or how does the balance go?
I'm definitely a parent and then a friend. Like everybody calls me the strict parent or
you?
mean.
So you don't let her go nowhere?
I do though. That's why I try to tell her, like, you got to go so many more. Like my mama didn't let me go nowhere.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean nowhere.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I tell her, like, you actually, she'd be like, well, that was different back in the 1900s. Like, girl, shut up.
To hear somebody say 1900s is funny itself.
Yeah.
We used to say 1800s and yeah, so that's different.
But I would say I'm still her friend. Like that's really
Yeah.
my homie. Like I know once we get older, we gonna kick it.
That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool. So I have a 13-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son. He'll be 3 in September.
Oh my God, it's a gap.
Well, it's just the way the cards was given. You know what I'm saying? Because you just believe in love, and love kind of comes and it goes in different places. You know what I'm saying? So when you see it in different places, each time you see it, you run to it. Don't run away from it. For sure. So at those 2 times in my life, I was in love. I was madly in love with both of them. You dig what I'm saying? So it was kids. Kids came out of there. They have some beautiful moms, but we were selfish. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
We were selfish as having kids. I think, and that's just one of those things when you have kids, and then you coming into your own still, and you're still trying to find your way, and then you got this person, and you're trying to blend your love with their love language. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, you really don't know each other, and then by the time you learn each other, it's totally different. You see what I'm saying?
Already got the kid.
you got, but see, and you got we got the gift that keeps giving, I guess you would say. So you do have the kids, and the kids don't understand, and it's not their job to understand. No. So it's just one of those things, but big 10-year gap. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like listen, it's
I don't want to start over.
Listen, if you cannot, it's good to, you know what I'm saying, to not start over. So I love the fact that you're doing that, like I said, with your daughter. I think I think it's good to be their friends, but to be their parent first. I think that's a key thing. I think this generation may never know, some of them may never know what it's like to have a strict parent. They'll always have their friends, and I think it hinders them sometimes.
Our friends know too.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is, because my dad was like that. When my partners came over, they knew like it's certain things you can do, certain things you can't do. You dig what I'm saying?
And I love that.
Yeah.
It seems like it's some of her friends' house. I don't know if they have. Well, I know they don't have the same rules I have.
Right. right. So, then I gotta shout out my people real quick. You know what I'm saying? So, good to go. This right here is this is Drip Ultra Pure Water. He doing good things. He also runs the Dispatch newspaper. So my guy got some good water. He got some good water. He got something going. I just got through teasing him just a minute ago about getting me a bigger can, because I like to drink a lot of water. So, but he got something going. So I want to make sure that I shout him out. I want to shout out my homegirl. She got her own candle line as well. Showed me candles. She does them off of streets in like Moments in Kansas City. I think one of those is like Plaza Spice. I think the other one might be Main Street. And then I think she has one that's like the laundromat and different areas of the city or whatever. So it's a vibe. I think it's cool. And then the security guard right there in the front, that's Big Al. You know what I'm saying? You treat Big Al with the utmost respect right there. He's a cool cat. So when I look at life, a lot of times I wonder, like, do our dreams, like when we get our dreams, like the things you're doing, like this is maybe not like, I don't know if this was like a dream from a childhood thing, like I want to be a boss, like my own boss. Do you think that by you doing this dream this time around, when your daughter when she see the dream, how do you think she understands like the grind of it now, or no?
Oh, absolutely not.
You don't think she does?
No, I know she doesn't. We talk about it all the time. It's like she sees what I'm doing, but I don't know. It seems like these new kids,
right? It
just does not register. They just feel like they're privileged. They really are. Like she doesn't understand at all the grind. Mm-hmm. Like, and I take her to everything. I try to make her participate, but she still it does not click in her head. She just thinks this is how life's supposed to be.
Right. So do you think that because they're privileged that it does them a disservice, or does it help them that's one less thing that they have to worry about? Because I know, like, as a kid, seeing my parents struggle about bills or worry about bills may have hindered me a little bit. But it gave me responsibility, but it made me see it as that. So do you think now with her not having to see that phase of it, unless you show her, like, hey, this is how you manage your money, this is how you do that or whatever, how do you think that, like, that's going with her?
I think it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's like it's a service because I don't want her to have to work while she's in high school.
Right. Like that's dope.
But it is also a disservice because she she doesn't really understand the value of money. It's like she just thinks it's supposed to happen. So like this past spring, her and her friends spring break, they did a lemonade stand.
Okay.
They made like $700 in 3 days.
What was they putting in their lemonade?
Nothing. People was just giving them money. But I think that stuff just comes so easy to them. They didn't really understand because they weren't really working for it like that. Like they didn't have to buy anything. They didn't have to do anything but just stand out there and wave a sign. And they was like, oh, now we got some money.
Okay. So damn, that's
Yeah.
so you trying to sell lemonade this weekend? I got some stuff I'm trying to do with lemonade this weekend. We can get 7. So we were talking and we had a conversation, and I was just asking you like the startup, and you said you had like a lot of love. You didn't really get like the horror stories that people say they don't support or they don't do that. Mm-hmm. Tell me about it.
So let me clear that up. So I'm not saying that I did not have any people that didn't show love. I just don't focus on that.
Talk.
I focus on the people that do show love.
Yeah.
I have people that I know they go to other trainers or work out with other people that, I feel like maybe should come with me or don't repost or share or purchase the way that I feel that they should.
Right.
But I've never been one to focus on the negative. That gets you nowhere. Don't do nothing but bring down your vibration. So I just focus on the people that do support me. And I got so much love from the people that do support me. Once people see that you're happy and you're doing good or you're trying to do better, people come out of nowhere. People you didn't even know.
That's it. That's dope. That's dope. That's a great way to look at it. No, for real, because you hear the stories and then people get stuck in it.
Yeah.
Me and my guy, the myth behind the scene, Compex. He always, so we always have conversations. Me and Corey, we talk, and we just like, man, you just gotta use what you have. You gotta stick to the plan. Like all those episodes prior was really like conversations that we've had. This conversation that we had prior, so it lets you know you're on the right path. And I think that we get so caught up in who doesn't support, which is very true, and we lose sight of the people that's really like holding us down. It's some true listeners that if I don't post, they like what's going on. Now I'll be honest. I wish my people would post more, but they can't post more. I barely post. I don't get on it like I need to, but I think like me and my dog said, we kind of need a team. So we are looking for some interns to kind of get into that, to kind of, help that part out. But I don't really post like I should. I probably can post more every day, but I just feel like when content is there, it's there. But my dog tell me all the time, you got the content. You just got to put it together. So, and it's just one of them things, like, because I don't really be, what I'm saying, go back, pull this and put this with this, and I'm like, and then I kind of start second guessing it. And then it'll be sitting there in the draft, and it won't go. So much stuff in my Canva and different little apps that I have. I'm like, bro, I could have did something totally different. So I get it. When you look at like your legacy, like long term, what do you want it to be? What do you want it to look like?
I want to be known for helping Black women specifically. I have nothing against other races, but I just feel like we have been disserviced when it comes to like the health and fitness field, as far as in this city.
Yes.
Like there's, of course, like Atlanta, Houston, places like that. It's big and booming. But I want to be known for helping my people. Like,
Yeah.
I want to pass that knowledge down. Like I want to make sure that everybody, at least, even if they aren't doing it, they know that they have access to it at an affordable price.
Yeah. So is that what keeps you in the city? Because like you said, if you go anywhere else, it'll take off fast. But that's what's keeping you in the city, just to put the city back on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here for my people.
That's dope. So during the quarantine, you were doing some at work, at home, like routines and kind of showing them some stuff, or how was that? How did that go?
So quarantine is actually when I started my business. That's when I quit my job.
Okay.
That's when I decided to go full throttle with fitness. So yeah, quarantine was a wake up call for me.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm not dying doing that stuff I was doing before. Like, nah.
Was that like corporate America, or that was just like a general job?
It was corporate America. I worked at AT&T business sales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hated it every single day. Hated waking up, going to work every single day.
Okay.
So I was like, I can't live like this no more. Like, we getting shut down. I'm not going out like this.
So just one day, you was just like...
And my good friend, I don't know if you know who Wesley Hamilton is.
I know of him.
So we had talks probably every single day during quarantine, and I told him, like, I was like, I'm not going back to work. I'm not going back to work. I'm not going back to work. He sat there and helped me make my LLC. We made a plan.
Okay.
We used to every single Sunday sit down, write out what we're going to do, how we're going to help our community, how we're going to get the word out, and just literally grind it out for like a whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope, though, because, like, I think every day, as a person who works in corporate America, I've been in there 11 years, it's harder every day to get out of bed. But if I'm doing this, oh, man, it's rolling. Like,
Yeah. I get up at 4 like that, no
yeah,
problem.
it's that. But when I know I got to, and I think it's mainly because it's like, you know, you're supporting somebody else's, like, nest egg.
Yeah.
And your nest egg is like this big. And so it messes you up. And you find yourself, like, working 2 jobs, or feel like you got to do this to do this, or you got to pick and choose what you can do.
I think it's a lot of people don't take the time out to actually find out what their purpose in life is.
Yeah.
Once you know your purpose, you'll never want to spend another day doing something else.
Right.
Like, it's just like you're wasting your life at that point.
No doubt, no doubt. So when you in the gym and you coming up with the routines and everything like that, and you got the ladies in there, I seen you had the jug. That was holding them accountable to the water. Is that what we doing? Like, what's
yeah. So I have a fitness accessory and apparel line as well.
Okay.
Where I'm sold out right now, but I have water bottles that I was selling, and people don't understand the value of drinking water.
Right.
I argue with some of my ladies every single day. They'll be like, well, can I do the sparkling water or flavored water? Like, no, just drink regular water. Why is this so hard? So it just kind of gave me a realization, like, okay, it's easy for me to drink water, but some people really do struggle with something as simple as that, which could make a game changer. You might lose 10 pounds in a week just because you were
Drinking
so
water.
bloated off of sugar from drinking Coca-Cola after Coca-Cola every day.
Yeah.
So
So how much you need a day? How many ounces?
I would say do at least 70 ounces a day. You're supposed to do like half your body weight in ounces.
Okay, I'll tell my body weight offline, and then you can tell me how much I gotta drink, because I don't tell these folks
I would
my
say
business.
70 ounces is good. That's like almost a little under 2 liters.
Okay.
And it's not hard to do. Well, I wouldn't say it's not. Some people it could be hard
It's
to
a
do.
buy-in.
But I think like going straight to a gallon, which it can be done. I did that for a month. But it is a lot more difficult to consume a gallon, and then your like bladder, your body has to adjust to it. It's just a big shock for your body doing that.
Okay.
So I think people sometimes do too much at once and get overwhelmed when it could have just took baby steps.
Okay. So I'm going to ask a question that everybody asks. Is cardio important?
Very much so.
Cardio is that deal?
Yeah. Yeah. Heart health is everything. And it's like the number one killer in the black community is cardiovascular issues.
So you got to get it in.
Yeah.
At least a mile or what? 2 miles? What you need? 30 minutes?
I'm not going to say any commitments. I just say stay active.
Stay active.
Yeah, do what you can. You got to crawl, walk, whatever you got to do. Roll. If you're in a chair, do what you got to do.
No doubt. No doubt. So, also in the world that we live in, relationships. When we talk about relationships, we'll talk about relationships and we'll talk about friendships, but relationships. What do you think this era right now that we're in? I won't say generation because we got some people that's 50 that still act like they 20. So what do you think? Drink your tea. So what do you think? What do you think is hindering us outside of like the normal social media?
Commitment.
Explain.
I really think that's what it is. A lot of people, at least with this generation, we're like a minute generation, instant. If we don't like it, we moving on to the next thing. People don't fight for stuff. It's like, even with business, like you have to stay dedicated. You have to keep on doing it. Even if you only get 3 likes, you still need to post the next day. Even if you only got 2 people on your live, you still got to keep going because you got to be consistent. Nothing is ever going to happen if you're not consistent. I think relationships is the same way, and people just give up. One little thing they don't like, they're done. Or even if they say they're not done, they do what they want to do, and then another person finds out. And then it's,
to make them be done.
Yeah.
So, in your mind, like, what would be the thing that could change that narrative? Like, do you have to go back to those old school ways of, like, courting a person, or do you have to be – because nowadays you see ladies, they're kind of, like, taking the front row to, like, hey, I'm shooting my shot. You ain't got to shoot this shot. I'm going to shoot mine from from one side of the street to the other side of the street? Do you think like that's a thing that's messing us up? Or do you think it's just more or less of just, like you said, the commitment part of it? Like, what will change it?
I think good examples of healthy relationships would help change it. Because, like, a lot of people that I know, they say, oh, marriage is not like it used to be. It's not what it was in the old days. But my parents been married for, 35 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, 35 years this year. So it's like, well, no, there are still healthy relationships. My best friend's parents been married. Like, people do have examples. They just, like, they don't talk about it.
Right.
Like, y'all need to be writing a book or something about the stuff y'all go through.
Right.
In the black communities that have healthy relationships, because we don't have any good examples of that, so nobody believes it exists.
No doubt. I think that's major but I think that too, in that segue and in that light, it was never a thing of like, they never bashed each other. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that. It was just like
social media.
It wasn't, but it was no social media. But you never knew. Like, my grandpa moved in the front room. You see what I'm saying? So it was like a front room. You dig what I'm saying? Like the front bedroom. My grandma was in the back bedroom, but you never heard her say like, "Oh, hell, you getting on my nerves" in front of the kids. Like, none of that. But now it's so quick to be like in front of kids, and then kids pick up on it, and then they have to pick a side. You see what I'm saying? Or they look at like dad is less of this or mom is less of this. So I think it's dope, like when you see parents that be like, hey, it's grown folks in here talking. Go in the other room. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So, but I'm the same way. Like when my daughter comes around, she's like she's 13, so she's at that age right now where she want to be, she want to be where she can have her fun at. I'm fun. I'm a ball of fun, but it's certain things that you just not gonna do with me. You see what I'm saying?
In a kid's place.
Yeah. So like, I done came in houses and she's sitting at the table with the grown women. I'm like, excuse me, y'all, how y'all doing? They like, what's up? We good? I'm like, y'all can't be good. Somebody in here sick. They like, what are you talking about? I'm like, why are you in here? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's all adults in here. Like, because I think we allow our kids, and it's now forcing them to grow up earlier than they have to be. And it takes away them from being naive to the world. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Because now you in there and you like, well, girl, now you going to school. My mama was talking about so-and-so, and my cousin was talking about this, and my daddy, he was around his boys, and they was talking about some girl on Instagram, and you see what I'm saying? Now it's a thing, so you have to be mindful of what you have your kids around. But I'm real big on like, bruh, like make sure that your kids like stay kids. You know what I'm saying?
No, me too.
And then just pick and choose what you talk about, and let them form their own opinion of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like you and your daughter. You know what I'm saying? With her dad, like let her form her own opinion. So that way, later on, it's not a thing of like, oh, it was mama tripping. No, I wasn't mama tripping. This is what it is. This is the facts. This is what it is. I think that's the thing that, something like that we need in this thing. You see what I'm saying?
Men really come into situations and think that every woman their needs are materialistic things, and that's not necessarily the case.
Well, if we're trying to make a relationship, we need to be partners. We need to be doing things together to help me and I help you.
Right. So is that
be a team?
Great episode, Uncle Wild. It was good to hear from her perspective. Shout out to those ladies. I've learned so much. Now I know next episode we're getting it from the man's perspective. I cannot wait. Made them name the man's perspective Three's Company.
I'll tell y'all what my daughter said she wanted to do.
What she want to do?
I want to work at McDonald's.
She has aspirations too.
I don't understand.
Funny fucking episode. I love it. Listen, Jeanette, I know you play a man sometime in your skits, but you cannot give us the man perspective. I'll put your boxer briefs back on and give us the man perspective.
It's my guy P, man. He taking care of us, man. We at the newly remodeled Pure Hookah Lounge, 3419 Main, right? That's where we at. All right. So, going back to like what I was just saying, like I said, I won't light it. I'll wait till we get through, and I get some more in there. But going back into what I was just saying, like when you look at like the stereotypes, you know what I'm saying? How do you think that we can change that? Because the older generation thinks that we're the problem, where maybe they stuck in some of their ways. Is a stereotype that I hear a lot of times. Like, oh no, y'all messing it up because y'all doing this or y'all doing that. Like, how do you feel like some of the stereotypes that you've heard recently?
think of can you give me an example of what a stereotype you're talking about?
Okay, so all y'all want to do is drink Casamigos on the weekend and party and have hot girl summers, and don't none of y'all want to be mamas.
That's a fact. No,
hey man, listen. But I feel like back in the day they was getting they Diana Ross on, they slide Family Stone. Going to I remember my mom used to go to I'm from Kansas originally, White County. So I remember my mom used to tuck us in, and then before she got saved, it's no secret. My dad, no, listen. My mom used to go to Firelight. Oh. My little sister, my sister Tisha, she used to, as a kid, when she played house, she had my mama pocketbook on. That's what she would call it. And some heels, and she would say, I'm going to the Firelight. That was her jokes. That was her, you know what I'm saying? That was her thing. So it was like, that's a given. You know what I'm saying? My dad, the Manor House, Adams Mark, they had their fun. So now when I say, man, I'm going to the juke, the two-step, they're like, oh, y'all just running in and out the clubs. I need to get somewhere and sit down. You see what I'm saying? That's the stereotype that you hear. Y'all can't be parents because y'all always taking vacations and traveling and all of this. And, my parents was real big on, making sure we all went. So it was like that. So some of those type of deals.
I would say that is somewhat of a stereotype, but I feel like the older generation has a very selective memory of the things that they used to do.
That's true.
Just own up to it. I feel like our generation more owns up to it, and it's not hidden. We don't hide where we're going. We don't just, don't worry about it. You need to tell people where you're going because something could happen in this day and age.
That's true.
Because, my mom used to leave me in my grandma's house all summer. No lie. There was no cell phones.
So we,
I don't know what she was doing all summer. I couldn't tell you.
So mom was at Smoke Park back when the loop was in. Okay. So in the sense of that, I remember my mom used to drop us off, right? And she give us a loaf of Iron Kids bread, some bologna, a couple of pieces. Take this in the house. I'm like, take this in the house. I'll make it work, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I do remember that. Now, sometimes I have guilty. I find myself being, I feel guilty when I want to have fun. You see what I'm saying? When I want to.
Do not.
Yeah, when I want to travel or have fun or beer, because I have two. So, and I feel like the time that I have with them now, I have to, preserve it. So, a lot of times my dog will be like, bro, let's go somewhere. Let's go hang out. Let's go do. Or my other homies or my homegirls, hey, come out. And I'm like, bro, I don't want people to see me this way. So that's what I'm saying. When I say stereotypes. So I think that they say, well, you a single man, or you a man and you got, you a two-time baby daddy. So you ain't no good. You see what I'm saying? Mm. Not a two-time father, but a two-time baby daddy. So those are stereotypes that I think we have to kill. Yeah. And I think that it takes you to a place that once you get those stereotypes, it makes you feel like kind of damaged goods. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I was asking, how do you, what is one that you hear that gets on your nerves? Maybe even in the fitness world.
Oh, I could go on all day about that, but I would say as far as relationships or just stereotypes, I'm a single black mother, so I'm a walking stereotype. People assume everything about me. They assume because I have a child, I still mess with the child's father. Or it's not really over. Or they assume because I am a single mother that I'm on government assistance. Mm-hmm. They assume that since I'm in the fitness world, I'm a hoe. Yeah. I don't know. They assume a lot of things from what I could tell.
No, you gave some good ones though. So with that, and you touched on something that was real good, when it's over, it's over. You see what I'm saying? As far as relationships go, with that, I think a lot of times we fall victim. Sometimes we double back, out of love and out of the fear of starting over. You know what I'm saying? I think some people do double back. You know what I'm saying?
I know a lot of them. It's not necessarily a stereotype. Yeah. It's real life.
So that, but I think when you learn that it's really truly a thing that every time it's not that, I think that's something dope. But I think people do look at that. I think, being honest, they would perceive you as this, or this person got to be easy, or this person's got to be that. I just feel like we make it harder on each other by giving those things instead of saying nah, man, I'm just gonna learn this person. I'm gonna date them, court them, be smitten by them, and then later on grow and don't worry about the past. How do you feel like it would be for you to blend a family though? Like, how do you think that would go? Being that you and your daughter is best friends, plus baby girl, the dog, which is 9. So how do you feel like that would go if you was to blend families? I'm not trying to marry you off or nothing tomorrow or nothing, but how do you feel?
I don't know. I've never really had like a consistent long-term thing that I've introduced her to.
Okay.
For her to even, she don't like the idea of it. I'll tell you that.
Most kids don't.
Like, no, you don't need a boyfriend or a husband. She wants me to have a baby though, but she doesn't want me to be with the child's father. She said we could just do it like you did me. Like,
what you think?
Like, girl, no.
Okay. Oh wow, that's different.
I don't know how it would be to blend a family.
Is that something that you're open to?
I don't know, because I'm kind of biased too. I carry my little stereotypes. Like, I typically don't talk to men. If your child is under the age of 5, it's a no for me.
Because it's too fresh.
It's too fresh, and I feel like you need that time. If y'all are separated and really not messing around, you need that time to be with your child and heal and deal with that bond. But in my experience, it ain't over when they that.
Right. No, I think that's true to a certain extent. I think that it is some situations where you're still battling.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that child, girl or boy, being that young, they should have both parents in their life. I don't want to be in the mix of that and confusing a baby.
Right.
Calling me mama or something all of a sudden. Right. Like, I don't know. So, I want you to know who your mother is. I'm not that.
Right.
I would be a mother figure, but not your mom.
Right. So when you go into that and it's your daughter turn, right? And maybe her dad, he starts a new family, or I don't know if he has or whatever. How would you feel about that when it goes into the whole bonus mom on that side?
Oh, I'm all for it. He actually does have a girlfriend. She got 3 kids. She goes over there all the time, spends the night. I don't have any issues with it. As long as she's old enough at this point, if something's wrong, she's going to tell me. That's cool. Did you have to meet her and all that? Or you didn't really want to? I wanted to. He wasn't really down for that. So
I mean, a lot of times it's like that,
and
man.
She really wasn't down for that either, I don't think.
Yeah.
At this point, they've been together probably about 4 years, I think.
That's dope. I mean, that's dope because the sense of that she can go over there and it's cool and it's comfortable. So that's co-parenting.
Yeah, so I have no issues with blended families whatsoever. I ain't blended one myself.
You just ain't going. No, that's cool, man. I just think, like I said, because people sometimes they feel like once you're in a relationship with somebody and it's over, that it still has to be like animosity. No, we just have to love each other from afar. We have to we have to be adults for the sake of the kid.
Animosity at one point.
Listen, because you know why? It's still some hurt there. You know what I'm saying? There's still some hurt there. There's still some resentment on why it didn't work, or how could I fix it to make it work, or what does that look like to make it work? You see what I'm saying?
And that's why I don't talk to people with young kids.
Yeah,
because I done been there before.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's real. That's real. This world is different now compared to being in a committed relationship, marriage, and now coming back into this world. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have some scary days in this because I don't really want to. I don't really want to entertain it because I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be hurt, and I don't want my kids to be hurt, and I don't want to blend another family and it not be for long term. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can't live in fear. If you want to actually have a family and find love, I've known you have to open yourself up. Which I was closed off to it for a long time. Just recently, I started dating like a year ago. And it's been scary.
You see what I'm saying, though? But imagine that. And then, but I think, too, as a man, being honest, being transparent, I have to get my shit together.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get your shit has to be together. And it's not, like, financially together, but mentally, you have to be together. Because I know it was some times that my mental was not together. And self-worth, self-value, and how you love someone, you cannot attach your love to a person. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? It has to be like your own love, and if you attach it to a person, like it's gonna really throw it in a loop. You dig what I'm saying?
It's gonna ruin you.
Yeah, it'll mess you up into a different kind of real different kind of place. So got the accessories. Got the accessories. We're gonna restock here soon, right?
I'm not restocking bottles. I don't want to do that again.
Okay.
It was a headache.
Okay. So the bands.
Yeah, bands restocking. I have bands in stock, but I'm working on a new pattern. I would say that.
Okay. Are you gonna come out with the clothing and stuff too?
I am gonna do a release in the fall. I took a break from that because I love to train. I love to work out.
Right,
I
right.
love to work people out. When I started up my clothing line, I had no idea how much time consuming that was going to be. And it was getting to where I couldn't do what I actually love to do.
Right.
So I don't want to go back down that road right now. But once a year, I think I can keep up with that. And it seems like the fall is when it slows down for me as far as fitness-wise goes.
Okay.
So it would be a good time to pick up that.
Is that why everybody booed up by then? And they in love, or like what's going on?
No, just like Thanksgiving through Christmas. Well,
Yeah.
I would say Thanksgiving up to New Year's is when people are like, "Oh, I need to take a break. I need to do this. I need to do that. I got to buy Christmas presents," which I get it, and I have no problem taking a break too. But I still
Right.
got to get income. So it's
Right,
like,
right.
well, I did numbers during Black Friday, so I definitely want to make sure I had that back in track.
Right. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. So when you go into life, a lot of times we maneuvering out in and out of life, and we doing what we got to do, and something was to happen. And I asked you this before, I believe, but we'll ask again. Emergency contact. Who's the first person you would call?
My child's father.
Do you see the irony in this?
Yeah, it's sad.
but you do you get it?
Yeah, I do.
So thank God for love.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no, thank God for care, for the sense of caring.
Yes.
Because
for family.
That too. So you calling him first?
Yeah. Because I mean, the next person closest to me is my daughter, and if something is going on with me, then he got to get her.
Okay. So you call him. He come to change the tire.
Oh, I wouldn't call him for
No,
nothing.
no, don't mess my story up. Don't mess my storyline up.
That's
So what you calling it for? Give me an example.
Let's say if I did have a flat tire and I was on my way to pick her up from school, something like that,
calling him.
then I would call him.
He can't pick her up. He is occupied or got something going on that it doesn't allow him to pick her up. Who's the next person you calling?
Probably his brother.
You see what I'm saying?
His brother or his baby mama, somebody.
So this is the thing. His baby mama, his child's mother. So this is the reason why I asked. A lot of times people say my parents, my brother, my sister, this person, that person, and they say it because that's their comfort. You were the first person that's ever said my child's father.
Our situation is a little different. So my parents don't live here.
Yeah.
Both his parents are deceased.
Yeah.
My brothers and sisters do not live here. He has two brothers that live here. One of his sisters passed away.
Right.
So it's really, when it comes down to that, it's just us.
Yeah.
So we are pretty much each other's primary contact if something happens because we got a child to take care of.
Okay.
And we don't have nobody here. Like, my mama lives 17 hours away.
Oh, wow.
So it's like I can't just call and be like, "Oh, can you do this?"
Gotcha.
Nah, it's me or you. That's it.
So it made it be a stronger parenting thing.
It should have been, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. No, like I said, I ask a lot, man, because you like the first one that say that. Everybody else say their mama, their sister.
I wish it is. I wish I could call my mama or my sister.
But then they look at their phone and they can't tell you one number without their phone. So that's why I asked it. Because some people don't even remember numbers. They don't even write them down. They just...
I'm going to say my mama, my daddy, my brother.
Yeah, by heart.
And him. Only numbers I know by heart. If I go to jail, I'm calling one of them.
Well, now listen, is it because you drunk too much Casamigo, you going to jail, or you just going to jail because they was in the gym tripping?
You never know.
Okay.
You never know.
No doubt. So I thank you for coming today, right? I really appreciate it. Got some more stuff that I'm going to do down the pipe. But you know that her perspective, the one we did prior, was a great one. I had a blast. You brought the fruit tray. I appreciate you for that. I gotta shout you out. You brought the fruit tray, so I appreciate you for that. We're gonna do some more of them. Anything that you want to promote that you got coming up? Any specials or anything as far as how they can reach you or anything like that?
Yeah, so you can reach me. The best way to reach me is on Instagram on BodyLuv_KC. BODYLOVE_KC. I do have a Facebook. To be honest, I really don't check anything but my Instagram. So if you hit me on anything else, it's going to be a minute. I don't really have any specials that I'm doing right now. I do have a fitness class every Saturday, 8 a.m. I'm working on adding an additional class. But I just want everybody to stay healthy and active, regardless of what your body goals are. And I'd love to help.
No doubt, no doubt. So, one more. I got one more. Young kid. Young lady. She wants to get into this business. What advice?
Start. Don't procrastinate. That's really the only, like, when people ask me, like, what do you do? Like, I sat there and prayed about it and wrote out plan after plan. Didn't nothing happen until I started it. So
that's dope.
You really have to actually start. Whatever you're trying to do it.
No doubt.
If you don't know what you're doing, just try it. If it don't work, try it another way.
No doubt, no doubt. So, my rule of thumb, never goodbye. I always see you later. I hate goodbyes, man. I always see you later. May God be your direction. We'll be your seatbelt in this thing called life. Or God be your seatbelt and we be some of your direction. You know what I'm saying? Be cool, be safe.
Got to doing legs. I'm tired. I earned my cigar. I don't care what they say. Don't trust a man on Mondays if you don't do legs. You ain't got to do chest all the time. Everybody over there on the stream. Anyway, man, like, last week was a good one with Three's Company, man. But everybody keep hitting me, man, asking the same stupid ass question. It's coming. It's coming. It's perspective. It's perspective. How fast this? How fast that? Let me enjoy my cigar. Skyline. You gotta be cool, man. I'm gonna get with y'all in a minute, man.
Fellas, y'all promise to tell the truth. Nothing but the truth. Tell it like it really is. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Uncomfortable conversations are needed for growth and closure. Be real with it.